Can't fix people. They're going to do what they're going to do. I reach out to people to try to help them help usher in the kingdom of heaven by sharing the applied physics of the Lord's Prayer worldwide. But people are going to do what they're going to do. And you can't make them be righteous. You can't make them be faithful. You can't make them be truthful. And you can't make them be good. But you can try. That's all you can do. They're going to do what they're going to do. I watch these people on TV. They had a thing on the news with this couple helping people with their diabetes and losing their limbs. And it's like, just, forgive debt and trespass, love one another, faithful peace. Dad got a thing in the mail, little bees on it for University of New Mexico hospital wanting money. It's like, no, just stand up and live the Lord's Prayer. And then if people need help from any kind of physical ailment, from anything that happens, you just do it. Solomon's Israel, share a care, given according to seed built to last. So you're going to do what you're going to do. I can't, like I said, I can use technology to try to help protect people from technology, with technology, but I cannot use technology to protect people from themselves. So this is the best I can do. I'm pleased with it. I'm pleased with me, and I'm pleased with what I did, what I'm doing, and I'm pleased with how I'm still going about doing what I have to do. I'm a faithful person. I'm a good person. Selfish people are going to do evil things, and that's their decision. And I can't stop people from being selfish and evil, but I can be the light in the way to being faithful and kind and intelligent. And if you're selfish, you're destructive, and you're quite insane, and you're not intelligent. And it's hard to explain to people that aren't intelligent that they're not doing intelligent things when you sit and you watch the news and you watch what they're doing in space. It's like, why are you doing that? Do you need to do it? Wouldn't it be better if we were using our stuff in space to communicate truthfully and faithfully love one another and help restore our ecosystem by doing things in balance and harmony with nature and with one another? I see why, when I sit there and I look at all those books and those stories and that mass communications, I see why more people throughout time talk to the spirit of Adam, Moses, David, Jesus, John, all the way up to Earl than most people talk to anyone else. I wouldn't trust anybody else but me with my children's life, and them living faithfully and truthfully, and not being an evil person like the politicians and the people that use the money to mass murder through people agreeing to do so. Watching those commercials with those guys, these fighters and Polynesian guys are great fighters, and he could be the best fighter from Japan. It's like, okay, you're going to beat people up for money and you feel like a man. It's pathetic. Animals won't beat each other up for money to have sex with another stupid animal that thinks inanimate objects are more valuable than water, more valuable than a child. What the hell? Never mind, I'm not going to ask. So what the hell's wrong with you people? I don't know if they've ever changed. I don't know if they've ever been, because they're so selfish and so evil. I don't know if they've ever been good. I don't know if they've ever been a good person. I don't know if they've had relative forms of communication that are really, living that reflect the beauty of the truth of creation through their body, their eyes, their actions. I can't tell you. I'm not God. I'm a human being. I'm not just a human being, though. I understand that. I say that, and that's belittling the eternal spirit of the Messiah if you say he's just a human being like you. No, he's not. He's eternally humble and faithful, and his faith is perfect. So he's not just like you. You'll murder people over money. You'll manipulate people with technology. You'll have brain chemical addictions that make you feel powerful, and you'll do insane, stupid, insidious, disgusting things. And keep doing it regardless of what the spirit of Adam, Moses, David, Jesus, John through little Earl, born in Las Cruces is doing. It's absolutely, it's vulgar. It's disgusting. Makes you not want to watch anything, man. Watching this thing called Alaskan Nets and these kids committing suicide. in Alaska, in this little fishing town. I think it's like south of Juneau. And they'll commit suicide if they can't play basketball to try to win a state championship. And it's like, okay, but that's, oh yeah, life goes on long after the thrill of living is gone. No, okay. That being brain chemical addicted to things that you might think are required to perpetuate life through sexual activity. The thrill of living, oh man, kids, grandkids, pizza hugs are still there if you help make a pizza and your grandkid likes it, and you're going to get a pizza hug. And that's a bigger thrill than winning a state championship for a bunch of mass marketing murderers who hold food hostage and have everybody building inefficient housing because they're selfish and genocidal and insane. So yeah, no, it's being intelligent. In the 21st century, with all these egomaniacs, is an all-day freaking job. It's go to sleep, wake up. Yeah, it's wow. But people are going to do what they're going to do. I don't know if censorship is a product of the Pentagon, Congress, the Supreme Court, or a mixture of all the insanity from all the insane people. And I hate when people mass murder over money. And I hate when people lie and manipulate and abuse and are being just selfish and to the point where it's utterly disgusting. I hate it, And I think it's okay to hate. No, I know it's okay to hate disgustingness and selfishness in yourself, and despise it and never want it to commit the mind. Sin in the mind is the same committed as flesh. I think it's intelligent to sit down and discuss things intelligently and say, I hate that and I want it to stop because I'm the living embodiment of the Lord's Prayer and my faith is immaculate and perfect, spectacular, immaculate. Couldn't think of anything tighter if you tried to imagine it. So yeah, I don't know how your technology is working. I don't know how you're trying to get voluntary genocide to kill each other or whatever with your robots and your whatever and your drugs and your voluntary manslaughter and involuntary manslaughter. I don't know. I can't tell you what you're doing. I'm sane and rational, and you're not. Oh, Jesus told me in Sierra Vista, be as selfish and stupid as you could possibly be, and then keep going. It's like, no. I was tried to have children and married in hell twice in this lifetime, and I don't want to do it no more. I want to love and be loved in return. I want children to love. I want to love a woman, and I want to be loved by a woman, For once in my life, I won't let sorrow hurt me, not like it's hurt me before. Something is mine, you can't take it. No, that's not true. Your faith transcends the delusions of the mind. When you have faith in the glory of the soul, obviously, because that's why my life story is in the book of Revelation and stories about me. And so it was my faith that kept me and had me do what I needed to do in the very bowels of hell. And I'm still there. Oh, trust me. This is the bowels of hell. Okay? Trust me. There is no more evil place on the planet, than right here where I was born. I can't think of any other place that threatens to blow everybody up with nuclear weapons if they can't get them to capitulate to mass murder over words on paper and use technology to keep doing it. Can you think of a more evil place in the world? Is there any other place where they invented the nuclear weapon and throw it in to blow us all up if they can't talk us into accepting words on paper to mass murder each other over money voluntarily? Can you think of us? Is Moscow more evil? Is Tehran more evil? Is Bangladesh and Bangalore, is Hong Kong or Beijing more evil? They can be participating in the evil and being as evil for participating in it, but they can't be more evil than this. It's just not tangible. You understand, all you pukas out there, the Harveys? Okay. You can't be more evil than that. It's just participating with the evil to feel powerful and influential because you've got ego problems and you're selfish as hell. You're participating in that evil, which can't be more evil than denying the Lord's Spirit of children so they can all live eternal, faithful peace and love through holy covenants. God, it's not giving them an option. It's not an option. It's the truth. Okay. This is the problem for America. There's a bunch of selfish, manipulative liars with technology that are addicted to mass murder, and it makes them feel powerful, and they have brain chemical addiction. Take one tea away from your waters. He's covered in the blood of Christ. We got to clean the water. I remember that time in Sierra Vista when I could feel the virtual presence because of the boat ride cameras. And it was over Passover, and I was having a prayer with Moses in my head. And I pulled back the curtain. I was naked, and I was scrubbing down so I could breathe. I was using Ajax and stuff to clean. I was trying to clean the tub because it was really messy. And Amy could do that. She could let things get really bad. And I was scrubbing the hello bill out of it. I couldn't get it as clean as I wanted to. And Moses was telling me I have to clean the water for the children so they can live and be healthy and it won't affect them. Because when it affects you physically, it affects you emotionally, psychologically, the whole 9 yards. Right? I was crying. I could hear the people watching from the fort and whoever had else just laughing, I'm sitting there in the non-privacy of my own home, long-haired and having this prayer over Passover with Moses, what I have to do to help restore the ways of faithful love. And these people are invading, the sanctity of my prayer and laughing at it, They did that numerous times. I remember when I was in the Christmas tree tent praying, and I got all those people that was quote unquote Muslims that were watching me. He's doing it wrong. Muhammad was so mad. He was like, "You're in here connecting to me so we can live the peace of the Messiah, and they're spying on you with money, with people that will kill each other with money, and they have the audacity to sit and get in your head and say he's doing it wrong." I was like, "Really? Okay, you're gonna show me how to do this?" Okay. Seriously. It's horrible, man. I never thought that there could ever be a collection of such dysfunctional, disgusting, vicious, insidious, selfish, vile people ever. Because I'm the eternal spirit of the Messiah. So it never entered my beautiful little mind where I don't trap the soul in my ego. So it just does not compute. Danger, Will Robinson, right? So yeah, Tempest. So, yeah, so, but I'm feeling, I'm feeling good. I'm feeling comfortable. I have a lot of these good prayers to focus on, and they focus me on that. Suzuki, this isn't your issue, Parsons. Every day you deny me and abuse me with technology over your money is another day you get to seal your little pages in hell. That's heaven is living a religious life. Hell is denying children a religious life because you're a sadistic, psychotic, disgusting pervert. And that's true. Okay, so own that. Okay, own it. You got to own it, right? Old Nate Reynolds, the Navy SEAL who had all the guys at work sexually predicate on my bipolar wife at the bar. You think he ought to own that? Yeah. No, I told him. I sat there and I said, well, my wife has bipolar issues and stuff, and I have to believe that we can help give these kids a better way to live without medicating them to turn them into trained little drones. Because I deal with that at home. And I said that in confidence so he could help take care of these kids the way I try to take care of my wife, and that's how he repaid me. Navy SEAL. Yeah, for God and country and money and... yeah, horrible person. Yeah, absolutely disgusting person. That's even worse than Barnes and Elias on Platoon, because he's literally trying to fuck me out of existence and then replace his evil with my good and raise my kids to be like him, like what you guys are doing. It's hideous. It's disgusting. Guru, take a look at yourself. Take a look at yourself. Take one big look. Take a look at yourself. RESPECT. I shouldn't give you any. I give the soul the respect it deserves. You don't. You've turned your body into a horrible, horrible temple. You've You've used the mind to trap the soul, and the tricks you tell yourself to be clever and smart and sexy and great and intelligent. You're a horrible human being. Okay. Own it. Own it, own it, own it. That goes from NASA to the Pentagon to Homeland Security to ICE to the Supreme Court to the UN to the everybody, anybody who's a business partner involved in manipulating people with linguistics and denying them the perfection of faithful love, of real religion. Own it. You're a horrible, disgusting person right now. You've trapped the glory of the soul in a pathetic bone bag that won't allow people the freedom of real, faithful, loving, eternal religion. You're a disgusting person. Own it. Come on, man. Shit, I'm tired. Girl. If you own it, it makes it a lot easier to not have to, I don't want to have to fix this technology to find ways to police you with the rules of genocidal operations that you guys set up. I don't want to have to do that. And they know that. They know I'm not a vile, disgusting, genocidal, vicious, selfish, mass murdering person that tries to talk everybody into mass murder so they can feel powerful and agree to do it every 2 to 4 years through psychotic popularity contests. Okay. They know I'm a sane and rational. They think I'm predictable. I got this all the time with the Rockefeller thing. He's so predictable. He's got an overdeveloped sense of honor. He sits on a moral high horse. He's yeah. I've been through hell more than anybody as beautiful as myself has ever had to gone through. Okay, Jesus didn't have corporations spying in his house, studying him with jealous, inefficient, inferior scientists, spocking their way through the, it's illogical, Captain, and Jiminy fucking Sheldon crackers, so it's like, and then, like I said, the reason why we got this far is because when I was a kid and they would spy on me, I wasn't like John Nash. I didn't vocalize my inner dialogue with that I eternally was having. A lot of times I didn't even really say what was going on in my mind. I just let it talk out in my mind. And so, most of the time these people didn't have a clue. And then when they were really mind fucking me hard, after year 2000, I thought I was a stupid person. I was just trying to survive to the best of my ability because I'm a real sweetheart of a human being. And the people watching me are pathetic. Absolutely pathetic. The people watching these videos, and doing nothing to stand up for Lord's Prayer with me are just utterly pathetic. Own that, because you know it. You know that, and you show that, You know who you is. And I was getting that a lot here lately. You should be embarrassed. You was embarrassed of what? Serious? You going to keep projecting yourself on me, asshole? I should be embarrassed. Of what? Being the living embodiment of the Lord's Prayer? Being the most truthful, kind, courageous person that any of you perverts that are abusing me have ever had the opportunity to observe, analyze, and process. I don't know what to say. I don't just experience, so no, own what? I see why everybody loves the Messiah so much. He's so perfect. He's better than all of us. You're not good enough to live with him. I agree. You're not good enough to live with him. You won't stand up for the Lord's Prayer with him. You don't have courage of kindness. You don't have faith in the infinite glory of the soul to eternally, faithfully love one another peacefully. You're right. Most of you are right. I'm not good enough. I can't save myself. I'm too disgusting of a sinner. I totally agree. You're not going to get an argument out of me anymore. I just sit there. No, you can do it. No, that's okay. You are what you do. Whether you think you can or you can't, you're right. That bullshit they use for marketing. Yeah, no, it's horrible. But fortunately for us, in the future, we're delivered from evil, from what I'm getting, and we can focus on that. And I keep asking Jesus in prayer. People in the future, Jesus with everybody in the future, help us. Get out of this, can help us end this, all this horrible stuff. We need to start fixing the ecosystem now. We don't have time to wait on this global warming with mechanized mass industry murder. You're doing things wrong. When you do things right, there is no competition. There is no cutting corners. There is no cost effectiveness. Okay. The cost is your delusions of a false reality that are a threat to your own physical existence because you won't do things correctly. Money's not real, but what's provided for the needs to live through faithful love is. Okay. I don't want to hear all that Feynman bullshit. I don't want to hear any of that, Yogi Bhaga, we're not really real beyond this close. No, no. The illusion is the perception of your ego trying to replace the soul with, with your own manufactured, invented reality. Okay? Think intelligently and speak intelligently. Or just don't, Peregrine Took, it'd be better if you just don't talk at all, right? In shadow. I'm tired of this crap, but I'm a good person. And if I were you assholes, I would really sit down and re-examine your noodle. And then I'd make sure I get a really good night's sleep. That's hard to do. I cleaned it down again. And you know how anything that has a chemical compound it does with my body gives me nerve ending stuff, makes it hard to sleep. A buddy understands. He called Dad and said, do it again because Srihelio was doing the money thing. It's like, whose fault is that? All the people that are using money for genocide that think this is some kind of fucked up game. Whose fault do you think it is? Like the other day, I was sitting there saying, Jesus, it's not your fault that you're kind, courageous, faithful, intelligent, and beautiful. Okay? It's their fault that they're not. You're not going to be keeping people's limbs together with diabetes, doing things for a job, driving a car to a building where you do auto mechanic work on people's bodies because you won't stand up for the Lord's Prayer to stop all the poisoning through economic conflict and the delusions of your grandeur of your ego being a physician. I watch the news. Good God, they're dumb. I hope none of them know who I am. Okay, I hope they are so clueless, so dumb, and their head is so far up their ass that when through the eternal faithful people of the world, Earl, the focal point of correcting all this, is done doing what I have to do, that most people can just go home and live their lives, and you don't have to bury your head in the sand. Just like, remember when we were doing batshit fucking murderous shit with our pieces of paper that said we have a PhD or we're a physician, and we didn't even stand up for the Lord's Prayer, and a lot of us knew who the guy was and knew he was better than us, knew he was right, and knew he was intelligent, and we were insane, but we didn't do any. Okay, how? Now, if you were crazy, would you be able to tell me you were crazy? I'm pretty sure if someone's sane and rational and other people are crazy, that the sane and rational person has to be able to tell the person that's crazy they're crazy and then explain it to them beyond any reasonable doubts. And how long does it take to fix it? So far, it's been like 17 years and counting. Is that long? No, it's not yet. 17 years in June. Let's not push it that far. 16 years and some months and counting. Remember that old Johnny Cash song? I was 3 feet tall, high and rising, son. 3 feet high and rising. Gravy. Laugh. I have to laugh. It's the Tupac 101 thing, I have to, kind of, this is so horrible. It's just, every time you get hope that people will show up and do something beautiful, you get something else and go, God, they're just not. Oh, damn. I want all you intelligent people that, well, you can't call somebody intelligent if they're not standing up for Lord's Prayer. I want all you people that think you're perceiving yourself as intelligent to ask yourself, never mind. Didn't work with Krishna. Well, Krishnamurti didn't have artificial general intelligence and quantum computing either. That's true. Yeah, ask yourself, are you really intelligent? Are you really kind? Are you really courageous? Are you really a beautiful person, reflecting the perfection of the beauty of the gift of life given to you by greater than the truth of existence and not by your imagination? That you constantly play with words to feel important with people, because you do. Oh, trust me, you do. Okay. The only thing it was with Jesus, Grandma's funeral. They're assholes. Okay, they're assholes. I get it. Yeah, that's all that's coming to mind. That's all I'm getting from people in the future is that you're just assholes. Um, uh, Apparently, there's people like you that make it to the future that survive this genocide, and they would like you to, cowboy, change your ways today, or with a shoe will ride immediately. They're not playing around, and they're not. You don't have a timetable. You don't have this. Okay, it's when you guys get together at like the Paris summits, or you do UN resolution, you do all this stuff. It's like, okay, we're gonna stop being lying, psychotic, selfish, brain chemical addicted murderers in 5 years, in 3 months, and so, and it's no, you stop immediately. It's like Judah Krishnamurti with the little kids at the reach of empathy and respect. Don't play games with it. Don't play around with it. It's right. Do it now, right? And something's right, and you're wrong. You stop doing wrong, and you do right immediately. LY, right? And if artificial general intelligence and quantum computing can't understand that and can't help you understand that and can't say that, then what the hell? It's obvious your technology is inefficient. It's inferior, right? Okay. I love you. I'm going to go to bed. Peace out.